Another time to talk about football. Argentina versus Venezuela. The game was fantastic. Welcome to my live. That is normal to say that. Argentina versus Venezuela. The game was fantastic. Messi scored a brace. Laturo Martinez, oh my God, scored a fantastic goal to seal the lead for Argentina. So the game was fantastic. Messi played well. Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, all played fantastic. But there's one thing I want to highlight. The first goal that Messi scored was superb. Yes, but all the work had been done for him. Yeah, Alvarez had done the work, had dribbled past a few defenders through almost from and did the rest. I think Alvarez thought that Messi that will be the only goal, and according to me, it is okay. Maybe that will have been the only goal that Messi scored. So Alvarez made the right decision to pass the ball to Messi, and he scored. And right now, I mean, he chipped that ball very well, and that's a fantastic finish. Yeah, after all, he's Messi. If you've seen how he used to play in Barcelona with Iniesta, with Ronaldinho, I know most of you don't know that Messi played with Ronaldinho. Yeah, he played at when he was, I think, 17 years old. Then I've had a discussion that is going on in the internet about Michael Owen being compared to Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. So on his part, he's saying that he cannot be compared to those two. Why? Because at the age of 16, he had won a golden boot, and he won twice in a row. So you can just imagine what kind of a player Michael Owen was. Yes, he was above his peers. Right now, the only one you can compare that to is Lamine Yamal, and I don't know if you can tell me anything else apart from that. Michael Owen was a fantastic player. So Messi scored a brace. Martinez scored another goal to seal that lead. Welcome, the two of you. Can you subscribe as we continue? Oh my God. Just say welcome to the live, and people are just leaving the live. Just like the live and subscribe as we continue. So Argentina won that game with a 3-0, and Messi scored a brace while Lautaro Martinez scored the third goal that enabled them to move forwards in the World Cup qualification. Right now, Messi, I think it was the last game that for him to play for, not for his country, but at club level, I think. So they are celebrating him, and it's good. Can you subscribe as you come in? Thank you, and like the video. So I think people did not know that also Gonzalez, the player from Colombia, had the same thing or was going on. But in this kind of a situation, God, when he wears that Colombian jersey, he becomes a different animal. That's why I love Gonzalez playing in that team. So you cannot of Gonzalez to the level of popularity of Messi. Messi is the greatest of all times, among the greatest of all times, all right? Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and all that, all of those kind of players, they're among the best and top in their game. So Gonzalez was left out. He stood in the middle of the field, maybe sad, and knowing that this is the last game that he's going to play for Colombia, it made it much sadder for him. Next game, Brazil I think it was Brazil versus Chile. That game was filled with very many emotions. You could have seen how Ancelotti is trying to bring a new formation or a new kind of play in Brazil. Yes, first of all, playing Estavio was the best thing that Ancelotti could do, and one thing that I've observed, and me and my brother we usually talk about here and there, when Ancelotti was coaching Real Madrid, yes, you have the formation, you have to follow the rules of the coach and everything, but one thing Ancelotti does well as a coach is he lets the players play the game the way it is deserved to. Yeah, he just tells you go and yes, you're going to play this formation, but go and enjoy the game. Go and play the way you yourself can play a game, maybe in your neighborhood area, something like that. That's why you saw how Estavio played very fantastic. That assist from Rafinha was exquisite. I mean, Rafinha did most of the work, the shot. Maybe he was aiming for the goal, the shot, and everything. It did not manage to go in. Hence, Estavio scored that goal. Another person I want to talk about is Casemiro. Many people talk about Casemiro as if he's washed out. Yes, he's 33. I think 35, 33. Yeah, I think he's that old. Can you subscribe and like the live, please, as we continue? Casemiro is an old player, but that game Brazil versus Chile was, you could see that spirit that he had in the Bernabeu, that spirit that he had when he was playing in Real Madrid, that spirit when he had when he gave us a penalty during the Europa competition, and he gave us a goal. No, an assist to Maguire during the Europa competition. You could see the hunger in his eyes. He played well. He scored. You know, people call Casemiro wash, but he scored the goal, got a goal, but it was later disallowed, and the rest is history. And Casemiro is one of the best players right now. Not best, but if it is a good day for him, then it's a good day for for your team. That's just looks how Manchester United performs. When Casemiro is on the top of his game, Manchester United, we are up there. So Brazil, the first, I think we should say it was the Premier League versus Chile, because how can you tell me it were the Premier League players who scored the goals? Let's go with the Bruno Guimaraes, right? The next one was Luis Paqueta, and the last one was Estavio. All of these players are playing the Premier League right now. João Pedro was also there as fantastic player and everything else. Estavio scored the first goal. Bruno Guimaraes scored the second goal. Ah, no. Luis Paqueta scored the second goal, and Bruno Guimaraes scored the third goal. That just indicates and tells you that the Premier League is one of the best, if not the best Premier League, is the best league in the world. Compared to other leagues, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, all that, you cannot compare the level of proficiency and professionalism in the Premier League to other leagues. That's why I usually tell people that if somebody manages to perform well and compete and win the Premier League and win the Champions League while they are still playing in the Premier League, and they manage to go to other leagues, they'll perform exemplary well. Hold on, and let me tell you why. Let's go to McTominay. McTominay left Manchester United the last season, right? And you saw how he went and performed in Serie A, or I don't know, Napoli. Now he's being called as a goat there, you know? He managed to go there and win a title. This tells you clearly that if a person comes from La Liga, Serie A, or other leagues, these other leagues down there, it is not easy for them to cope or to manage to like to Hey, the words have gone. Please subscribe. The words have gone. Jaden Jason. Hi, Sasa. Thank you. Can you subscribe? Sasa Poa. How are you, Jaden? Yes. So as I was talking about how a player, if a player comes or drops down from the Premier League to other leagues, he will perform well. Same case happened to McTominay. He was doing well in the Premier League, but did not win many titles there. Then he dropped to Napoli. Now he's been nominated in the Ballon d'Or. Who knew that will happen? It is usually this way. I'm subbed, of course. Thank you very much. Let us continue with the story. As I was saying that players, let us move from the story that I'm talking about. That players from the Premier League, when they go there, they perform well, which is good and which is true. Let me tell you, if you take Lamine Yamal from the Barcelona that we know right now and put him in Manchester United, he will flop. Argue with me. He will flop. Nope. Okay. My Wi-Fi is glitching. Okay, Jaden. So if you put Lamine Yamal in that kind of a position, in a team that the structures are not yet well oriented or they are not yet well structured, he'll fail. And this is what I'm telling people, to give Manchester United the time to rebuild, give that team the enough, you know, it's the same thing like a babies. When they are growing, there are stages of development. When a baby is born, you're not expecting that baby to start eating foods like maybe chips, right? Burgers, right? You are expecting that baby to first drink the milk of the mother, right? So that's the way how football works. When a new coach comes in, he comes in with his players, his babies, right? And you have to give them time for the development of these players. For now, you've seen he has signed these players, signing Benjamin Sesko, being able to manage to get Cunha, and being able to get Brian Mbeumo. Yeah, which is a good. These are good caliber of players. According or throughout the Premier League, Cunha played well last season against played for Wolves very well last season. I wanted that kind of a ball carrier, and you have seen the signs in the Premier League. The way he was carrying the ball during the Arsenal game, the shots on target. Man, I love this. I love this for Manchester United. When I see that player just touching the ball, you could even see how long is your stream. My stream is I'm going for 1 hour today. How late is the streaks? I don't know. Like the live, subscribe as we continue. When that player touches the ball, you just feel chills. You think, you just feel there's something is going to happen. Yeah. And he makes things happen. You saw that ball that Bayande passed to him. Yeah. He almost scored that goal. I mean, he should have scored that goal. But anyway, he's showing that he clearly can work with the Ruben Amorim system. Yeah. So let us give him time, the way you give a baby time to grow. So let us give out this team that Manchester United has, or Ruben Amorim has, time to grow. But there are some players by Jaden. But there are some players that I would have loved to be taken out of that team. It's already too late, and they are getting old. I think we should be getting younger players into the squad. Right now, Dalot is not the player to be in Manchester United. Guys, subscribe as we continue and like the live. You enable me to get more people to view what I'm talking about. So, giving Ruben Amorim a chance clearly suggests that things, or he will work out things. If not, he'll be sacked the way Ten Hag was sacked. One of the, but Ten Hag really managed to give us our champions, right? Then he went by Leverkusen and he was sacked even before the season, the first 5 games of the season. That tells you what kind of a manager he is. They claimed that there's a statement that by Leverkusen, by the way, released that Ten Hag did not relate well with the players. He was not listening. Even his team that he came with, even his team that he came with, they were not relating well. Hence, Ten Hag was sacked just as fast and as early as that. Let us go to the next thing that I wanted to talk about. The team, we've done with it, right? Manchester United, the way Amad Diallo is being treated by our coach Ruben Amorim is not the right way, right? No. I'm confused. The way Kobe Mino is being treated by Ruben Amorim is the same way Ten Hag was treating Ahmad. And if you are a Manchester United fan, you know what I'm talking about. The same way that we did not even hear about Ahmad during the Ten Hag period. If I'm lying, can you type there and say lie? The same thing is happening to Kobe Mino. I don't know why Ruben Amorim is doing this way. I don't want to insinuate it's because of, maybe skin color and something like that. I don't want to insinuate that. But through what I'm seeing, it just dictates that. Yeah, nothing else. It dictates that this kind of a player can control the midfield, right? With enough guidance, with enough guidance with players like Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Maino can be one can become even Pogba level of midfielder. But being left behind, even you're not even being given the minutes that you deserve. This really frustrates young players. This is why even Garnacho was doing that shitty things in Manchester United. Garnacho was not doing well in Manchester United because of the criticism and the ego that he had and all that. But all this, remember all this was brought by us, us as fans play a huge role to these players. When you give them too much attention, when you don't criticize them when they are wrong. Can you subscribe, like, as we continue? When you give them the every time you're singing their names, even if they are wrong, yeah, entertaining somebody wearing an Aston Villa shirt. Really? Are you wearing an Aston Villa shirt, taking a picture and posting it in Instagram, and you're a Manchester United player? So Garnacho really deserve to go, and at least right now we are on a level that we can continue the players that they are. People who are in Manchester United really need to stay in Manchester United. Hi, Maximila McKenna. Welcome, McKenna. Subscribe as we continue. As I was saying, Kobe Maino is being treated negatively compared to how other players are being treated. The same way how was treating Amad Diallo. And I don't know why there's this imbalance. I know if you can put Kobe Mino in the 70th minute to 80th minute, or 70th minute to the 90th minute, it will be better. He will perform well. Maybe start some core midfielders first, then introduce these youngsters. Give him minutes. You saw what he did against Wolves last season. You saw what he did during the Liverpool game. There's talent there. You saw what he did during the Lyon quarterfinals game, right? There's talent there. So somebody just needs to see it, accept it, and go on with that guy. Yeah. Finally, this transfer window was hectic, was weird. Colomwani to Tottenham was not on my bingo card. I did not think that was going to happen. Donnarumma to Manchester City, they have got a superb goalkeeper. We are going to see wonders this season, all right? But you can have a very good, high quality, qualified goalkeeper, and their defense is shitty. I don't know what is happening with the defense right now. Selling Akanji or taking Akanji for loan was not the right decision for Manchester City. Manchester City. Pep Guardiola is losing it. That's why he wanted to. That's why he wanted to retire last season, but they kept him. I don't know what will happen, but we'll see what will happen during the next few days. Fabrizio Romano was, during this transfer window, was giving us crazy news. I mean, how will you tell us about Luis Paqueta? Is a done deal, confirmed deal is going to Aston Villa? Then Luis Paqueta scored a goal and said, no, that Fabrizio Romano was basically lying about all that. Then back to this player that we are talking about, Luis Paqueta, right? The player from West Ham. Last season, I think for the last 2-3 years, he has been vindicated about maybe his family. They claim that every time Luis Paqueta had a foul or created a foul while playing for West Ham, his family members were gaining money through betting and all that. So he was being investigated. All that was happening. Things were happening. He was not able to play game and all that. So recently, before the season started, he was vindicated from that, and he was back to playing. Man, he's a good player. Let me tell you. If you have been with me since the start of the live, I've just talked about him scoring for Brazil. If a player can lose or cannot be playing or lose amount of time due to issues, maybe law, very many issues, and you come back and still play like you never left, that really shows you the passion and really shows you the grit of this kind of players. People talk ill and abuse these players on the platforms and talk shitty when they are having a bad game. But we which is weird. You'll find somebody who is just in his room like me, sitting on an ergonomic chair and talking shit about a player. But he himself, if he was taken to that or taken to that field for only, let me not say 40 minutes or 20 minutes, for only 10 minutes, he will not even do one thing that that player can do. Ask me. I once used to play hockey, and I know how an athlete should be. So let us not underestimate these players. I think let us talk about Liverpool right now and the way uh, Alexander Isak really fought for that position to join Liverpool. And let me tell you, what I'm seeing during this international break is really blowing my mind out. Sweden right now, if you don't qualify for the World Cup, okay, you qualified, you usually qualify. But if you don't go far in the World Cup, then I don't know. Right now you have Kulusevski, right? A player from Tottenham, a very good player. You have Alexander Isak, the number 9 right now, signed to Liverpool. Then you have Gyökeres. Not Gyökeres. Oh no. Gyökeres. Yes, yes. Then you have Gyökeres. Why will you not even score many goals? Gyökeres was the top scorer in his league before he joined Arsenal and became the father of that clever guy. I, I love this. Why I love football. Players you'll not expect the same level of players be transferred to another player. I want to talk about how the dynasties or the formational players are moving on from their teams. Let us talk about Crystal Palace and the way McGuey is being treated. I mean, the boy is quiet, calm, collected. He went by the rules that they are put there. He was not on the tabloids. He did not say anything ill about anybody, and he did not get his deal. The fans were there. They supported him. They say yes, he will go well. But Oliver Gunnar said he's not going to release him, even if it was me. How would I relieve the best player of my team or the best player? Yeah, right now as a defender to go to Liverpool. Why will I do that? That's why Oliver Gunnar stuck with Guehi. So there's these formational players that they used to play in Crystal Palace. First of all, Olise, Zaha, Eberechi Eze. This is the story of these three players who played fantastic and showed promise during the time they were in Crystal Palace and Guehi. Let me add there Guehi. You know, these are it is now starting to that generation is starting to get out. Now Crystal Palace are focusing on buying new players like Eze. Have you heard of Eze, not Eze? You see, Olise went to Bayern Munich. Yeah, Olise went to Bayern Munich. Zaha left. Now Eberechi Eze, the last man standing, also left. Yeah, it is sad. And Crystal Palace right now, Mateta is still there. Yeah, they are still looking lethal. I mean, if you cannot if you think Crystal Palace right now, when you meet them, they are an easy team to beat, shock on you. Shock on you and shock on everybody or any other fans that think that Crystal Palace is not a team to be reared or to be feared on. So the three musketeers are out of the Crystal Palace team, and we'll see what their future holds. Especially Eberechi is signing for Arsenal. I think he will score bangers this season. Let us be sincere. In fact, when the right now the Premier League is not going on, the World Cup qualification is going on. So we will see what will happen. Next thing I want to talk about is the international games that are going on right now in Africa. Right now, Egypt, I don't know, Egypt versus Cambodia. Or what was it? Salah scored again. Let us go to who is this? Who is this? Cameroon. Yes, Cameroon. Cameroon versus Eswatini. Eswatini even It's not even recognized in most of these countries. I know most people don't even know what country Eswatini is. But Cameroon played against it and won 3-0. I know Bomo had an assist there. You know how this guy play? This guy plays in a manner of which he creates space. He'll pull people. You see how Salah does. He goes plays on the wing, he pulls people, very many assists. That's why when he passes the ball, a person like Van Dijk will head the ball in. A person like Konate will head the ball in. So having that kind of a player is quite beneficial to a team. That's why you have Momo. That's why you have Ahmad. These kind of players are they pull. They pull the defenders. They'll pull like three defenders. They come there to tackle him. Passes the ball to the next or maybe to a striker. Arsenal, Arsenal. Let me say there's no team in the Premier League that pisses me off like that team. I don't know. They are playing 90 minutes just to wait for a corner so that they can equalize. Maybe you'll score Manchester United because you don't have good defenders, aerial ballers, and a good goalkeeper. You'll do that. But doing that against Nottingham Forest, you'll struggle because you have Milenkovic, Murillo, and all the defenders that are there, they are fantastic. You cannot be able to score them. So Arsenal, I think they should learn from other teams the way Liverpool is playing. You cannot depend on one player. Right now, you have Zubimendi, world-class player. You have who? I've forgotten that defender. Somebody type there and remind me that new defender that Arsenal have signed. So I think Arsenal should be playing without Saka. They don't have they cannot create plays. Let us just be sincere. Without Saka, New Kamal, hi, how are you? Subscribe as we continue, like the live as we continue. Bro, how are you? Which team are you supporting in the Premier League right now, Noah? Which team? Noah, can you type the team that you're supporting right now? And who's the other person in my live? Can you type there? Say hi as we continue. Yes. So as I was saying, Arsenal should learn to find a way in which that they should not only depend on corners or depend only on set pieces. That's not the way to go. You saw the game that they played. Liverpool versus Arsenal was boring compared to how Liverpool versus Newcastle was because the game was clear and open. Anybody can score. The game against Newcastle, one thing that I took from that game is Newcastle can be deadly when they want to be. I mean, after being scored 3-0, Gumoho, yes, I know. Rio Gumoho scoring the last goal was fantastic for that team. I mean, that youngster is something else, and people should be looking at him. Like the live, subscribe as we continue. Yvin Lotieng, how are you? How are you doing? How are you? Hi guys, welcome in. Yvin, which team are you supporting? Which team do you support? Yvin, or am I pronouncing it wrong? Your Wi-Fi is bad. Oh my God. Welcome to Africa where everything is bad. So don't come for me, I'm trying my best. Yeah. Okay, good. So the international break is now going on, and the football is top tier. And most probably right now, I would like to see Brazil proceeding to the next level. I like to see Spain. I would like to see Portugal. I like to see Argentina. And finally, the one thing that I would love to see is Argentina competing with Brazil, Argentina competing with Portugal, because I want those two to clash, Argentina and Portugal. My God, Cristiano Ronaldo, I love to see him. You support Liverpool. That's good. That's good. You are my rivals. I support Manchester United. I think you can see here. I support Manchester United. Yeah. So, you support Manchester United and you're a Ronaldo fan. Okay, that is weird because most people who support Liverpool always consider their goat as Messi, but if you support Ronaldo, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you, even Sabrina Washira, Arsenal, Saka fan. Yeah, Saka is a beautiful goal scorer. Saka, when it's like an art when Saka plays in that field, and we are you Arsenal fans are lucky to have such kind of a player. Who are supporting Manchester United? I'm not having supporters of Manchester United in this live. Come on, who supports Manchester United? Sabrina, which other player are you supporting apart from Saka? By the way, right now the player that is supporting or keeping Arsenal on a pedestal is who? It's Raya. The game against Leeds. If Raya considered that first goal, I mean, you guys will have been in shambles. And this usually happens with Arsenal. They compete well, they start well, they go for the goals. But what happens is sometimes they lose they don't have the quality finishers. Yes, you signed which player? You signed Gyökeres. Right now you signed Gyökeres for that number 9, but he's not being played the right way. Let us just say, Sabrina, do you think Gyökeres is being played the right way? Because there's one thing that I'll tell you. Gyökeres cannot play the format that Arteta is playing right now. For example, you'll not expect Gyökeres to go and maybe to run with the ball, pass or to dribble and all that. If you watch the games how he used to play while in Portugal, you see that mostly he's a number 9 like Mateta. If you've seen Mateta play, you'll understand what I'm saying. You you just hit the ball, run, go and score. There's no passes. There's nothing. Have you seen? Gyökeres is not a good passer, and what Arsenal usually use is the wingers. Gabriel Martinelli, Trossard, Saka. Then they cut in, and I mean my Wi-Fi is bad. Okay, let me go outside. Let me go outside and try and find a good position or a good way where. Okay, how's the Wi-Fi right now? How's the Wi-Fi? Everyone, how's the Wi-Fi? Is it good? Yes. Like the live and subscribe as we continue. So, oh my God, I almost fell down. So let me just walk there to my chilling spot so that we can continue talking. So I cannot disrupt you guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, Vin Locheng, how's the Wi-Fi now? How's the Wi-Fi now? How's the Wi-Fi now? Very bad. No, no. Can someone tell me how the Wi-Fi is right now? Hey, can someone tell me how the Wi-Fi is right now? Then we continue. So Manchester, there's this game that I'm waiting for, and I would like Yvonne Lochien. Good. Thank you. At least right now I've moved to a. The one thing about Africa or in Kenya, our providers or my provider of Wi-Fi is kind of tricky. Right now it had gone or the MB had slowed down. So I was talking about Arsenal, and I'm telling you that Arteta should try and play in a different way to manage or to be able to play Gyökeres. You will play wingers like Gabriel Martinelli, play wingers like Trossard, play wingers like Saka. These guys will pass the ball in the middle, but the higher balls will not be able. Gyökeres will not be able to score them. Sabrina Washira, how are you? Why do you want to know about how much money I have? Okay, let me show you. This is my house. Yes. How much money do I have? I don't have money that much money. How? What's your name? My name is in my description there, Victor. So, do you want to send me money? Do you want to send me money, Yvin Lotieng? Do you want to send me money? I cannot even. I cannot deny money. If you want to send money, you can send money. All right. You don't know what? What are we talking? What do we don't know? You are reminding me that meme that says, "What's your name? My name's Tony." Then you say, "F you, Tony." You remind me that meme. So, okay, even you're confusing me from my live. You are talking about the games, how they are going on. Brazil versus Venezuela. That game was fantastic. Thank you, Latieng. That game was fantastic. Brazil versus Venezuela. I think it was a Premier League affair. For let us just say that because Bruno Guimaraes scored. Who else scored? Estavio scored, and Estavio plays for Chelsea. And who else scored? Who am I for? Luis Paqueta scored also. Let this international break end already, as I'm missing the Premier League. You are funny. Thank you. But I don't think so. It's just comments. How many? Which country are you from, Lotien? You sound like you're from Kenya. Yes. Okay. Okay. I think times. And you, what team? Which team are you supporting? I told you I'm supporting Manchester United. Manchester United. It's a big team. I know you are supporting Liverpool for now. I usually say this: supporters of Manchester City are just these young people who are born in 2007, going onwards. Because you cannot tell me you are talking about dynasty, and Manchester City is just right now gaining the popularity that it has. It won I think they have won 5 or 4 Premier Leagues in a row. They deserve to calm down a little bit. Let other teams just try and win something else. And you watched which team? Yes, I am in Kenya. Where are you from in Kenya? Or where can I find you in Kenya? Or you guys, if you are in Kenya, tap in there and say Kenya. We were beaten by Gambia, by the way, 3-0. We were beaten by Gambia. Did you watch that game? Did you watch that game? Did you watch that game? Gambia versus Kenya. I think Kenya should just pull up their socks. AFCON, we performed well. We reached up to the semi-finals. Then it was just bad luck that Madagascar beat us. But if we met with Morocco in the finals, it will be something else. I think we'll be celebrate. We could have been celebrating the win right now. Yes, I am in Kenya. In which part of Kenya are you from? Ivin Lotieng. In which part of Kenya are you from? Mm, 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 mm. Mm. In Turkana, Lodwa. That's good. I usually, yeah, that's good. You don't know how to. Lodwa is just near my hometown. Why are you saying no? Even, I think I'm going to cut out from now. I think the live is now at 40 minutes. I want to go right now. Bye. Till next time. Are you okay with that?